Holy shit, boys. Holy shit. Are we ever fucking back? It's like we never left. It's like we never left. It's like we were here the entire time. We're so goddamn back. It's insane. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. I'm bamboozled. I'm absolutely, utterly shell-shocked with how fucking back we are. Took me a while to think of that last word. Just try to type something at the same time. Unusual to be long. Okay, so guys. Another spot Bitcoin ETF, this time by $80 billion asset managers wisdom tree, was just filed. Okay? Big news. That's on top of just last week, Blackrock filing for a spot ETF on Bitcoin. Okay? We also had an announcement about some fucking exchange that's being created. what was it called? ECG, or was it ECX? What was it, guys? I can't remember the fucking name of this one. Regardless, we got Blackrocked. We got Wisdom Tree. We've got some sort of new, you know whose page will have it? The fucking wolf. The fucking wolf. Of course he'll have it. Of course he'll have it. EDX, backed by Citadel, will offer 4 cryptocurrencies to be traded. So, all of a sudden, right? We go from being so fucking over to so fucking back. It's crazy. It's over. Binance is getting sued. They're going after CZ. Gensler's out to get us. And literally 2 weeks later, we're going to $1 bazillion. Literally. Like, that's what happens next. Zoom out, because you're not even going to be able to fit the green candle that is coming your way on the fucking screen. Okay, so maybe the last part is a little bit of hyperbole, guys, but it is good to see all of this shit happening as we come into key high time frame support. So, if you watched my video yesterday, we talked about the bullish bias. We talked about a potential continuation entry because the pullback entry just did not get filled. We talked about kind of where our high time frame validation levels are. We talked about a bunch of good shit. Okay, so definitely watch that quick video yesterday that I threw up on the YouTube. Okay, but it's been a while. It feels like it's been a while since we've had one of these kind of moves, right? Just from the low, just insta reverse. Kind of feels like this, doesn't it? Don't it? So, like, I might even have to tweet that because it does kind of look similar. But it's nice to have the market reacting bullishly to bullish news, right? One thing we did have is we had a lot of negative news come and price barely made a new low. We get some bullish news and price fucking rips, right? So that's a good thing. That's a good sign. We like that. We love that. So it's happening into key support here, which is great. I'm not going to bore you guys with my bitching about how I didn't get as deeply positioned as I'd like to. But if you guys are diehard followers, which you should be, because who's doing it like me? 1. Whose neck is this thick? 2. Okay. Whose watches this gold? 3. It's me. And he's got 2 thumbs. Okay. Could you guess? No meds today? Anyways, if you've been following me a while, you know we've been watching these areas, right? So resistance here, rejection, high time frame support, wanted to buy here. So I wanted to buy lower, obviously, didn't get it, but we've got the weekly bullish SFP into weekly demand, right? In the form of a breaker. We have the good news hitting. You go down to the lower time frames. You have the market structure shift on the daily and the 12-hour. This is a daily bullish market structure shift. We're breaking out of this downtrend line on the daily, and we're getting a bullish market structure shift, right? Same thing. People are like, oh, look, we're breaking out of this daily downtrend. Yeah, we're shifting market structure on the daily chart, bullish. Actually, it was here. Sorry. So delete that first line. This is where the shift happened on the daily, all right? That's not going to work, is it? Right here. So we got the tag into weekly demand, the bullish shift on the daily, okay? As you guys know, I've been waiting to bid here, so I got some exposure I aped into some leverage, albeit a little late. But I won't lie. I had a lot of spot bids lower than here. I wanted to see us run below this low. I thought we might spend more time down here, but it is what it is, right? And that's why I gave you guys the continuation plan, right? Because you don't want to be sitting here on your hands waiting for an entry here, and then price just rips the other way without you and it doesn't ever come back there, right? So you have to have a plan in place for the pullback and for consolidation and for continuation, right? So you want to set yourself up for any scenario, and then when price unfolds, however it's going to unfold, because you have no control over that, you can react accordingly. So we had all of those things being bullish. As you guys know, my entry, right, and I posted it in Telegram. I posted the setup in Telegram just the other day. I was like, okay, this is exactly how I want to get in, and I think this goes to 32K. Right here. No, that's not it. Sorry. Yeah, right here. Right? I said, okay, this is what I want. Give me the little bit of a pullback. We had the breakout, 32K, stop down there. I even posted one with the risk reward tool for the blind homies, obviously. Right? But guess what? It never fucking came back there. So am I going to completely miss this leg because price didn't come back here? No, of course not. I'm going to make a plan. Now, the one thing I wish I would have done differently is I wish I would have just bought more spot and just get in with more leverage on this pullback here. But I was greedy. But if you look at it, right, if I think I'm going to 32K, right, if I think we're going to 32 here, and my plan is to bid here, and we come within less than 1% from where I want to bid, I probably, just based on how bullish everything was looking, how bullish the news was, how bullish the chart started to look, the reaction on the weekly, I probably should have just aped at least, a partial position here. Because we're so close to my entry. And sometimes that's when being too mechanical can bite you in the ass, right? So like, I've talked about this before in videos and stuff, and someone's like, well, if this is where my bid is and it doesn't get hit, then what the fuck? It's like, well, then you missed the trade. But part of discretion, part of something you learn from doing and just trading is you say, okay, this looks bullish. I think it's going to go higher. This is where I want to bid, but I think we're going all the way up here. The risk reward is really skewed in my favor. I have no problem aping in a little bit now, just in case it doesn't come back, right? And that's going to be something that you just do kind of on the fly, that you decide. That's not going to be something that's like a technical, like, hey, I'm entering only here and here, and if it doesn't hit me, fuck me. So I wish I would have been a little bit more aggressive with my bidding, but I was being too much of a technical C word, a technical anal, shout out to the old homie, and just never got the fill there. So then I had luckily laid out in last night's video for you guys the continuation plan. I said, okay, if we don't get the pullback to the level that I want, right? Because we had formed this low here. I said, if we don't get the pullback to here, I will look for price to come in and tag the new order block that's being formed here. And as you can see, we just touched the order block there and then pushed up almost immediately. So there was some people I know who longed this based on this. I got a little bit of leverage here, but like barely anything. I have spot Bitcoin, but in terms of being like maxed out leverage, I'm not, unfortunately. So I'm waiting for a new setup to form. So this one, you had to be on it because it was very quick that this thing played out, right? It dipped into the zone and then boom, like 5 or 6% the other direction immediately after, right? So that was the continuation plan, right? Okay, we didn't get in here. I want to try and get in here. And now look where we are today, right? So just by missing the bids here, you're now, 7 or 8% behind where you could have been if I would have just been a little bit more aggressive. So it's unfortunate, right? There's still a chance we come and get a decent pullback, but now I'm waiting on a new range, right? I don't really have any other choice from a leverage trading perspective. I'm not going to ape into a leverage position up here. I'm just not going to do it. More likely would be if we sweep this high, I would look to short maybe back into here. But any sort of short is just an opportunity for me to long lower because I am bullish. I think this goes to 32K. So it's annoying that I didn't get the initial bids that I wanted. It's annoying that I didn't buy quite as much spot as I had planned because I'd been waiting for this breaker for so goddamn long. But it is what it is, right? What is the next area of interest? So for me, you have a low here, and I don't know where the 12-hour high is going to form. Is this it? Seems unlikely. I feel like we're going to trade above that high in this next 12-hour candle. But wherever the new 12-hour high forms, I'm then looking for a pullback into this price leg, right? So just like on the down leg here, okay? You had you have a range. Here's a better example. You have a range here to here, okay? I'm going to draw it even better, sorry. Right? Here's your bearish price leg. When it's doing this, what are you feeling, right? You're feeling FOMO. I wish I would have longed or shorted, excuse me. I wish I would have shorted. I should have got short. Why am I not short? This is going to zero and I'm fucking not short, right? But then you get the retrace and then the real move, right? Then the next leg. Because if this is just a down leg, all you're doing, right, is waiting for this up part of that downtrend to happen. And then you get in on the lower high, right? That's all my strategy basically is, right? Is it's waiting for price to do something, then trying to buy a retracement into that initial price swing, right? And so when you're stressed here about not being short, right? And then what happens? It starts going up. Then you start getting bullish. You start wondering if the bottom is in and it's going to go higher. And you end up getting bullish right into the lower high. And then it trades lower, right? Same thing here. We had a down leg. Trading down, you're like, oh fuck, I wish I was short. Rips to the high, get bullish, then down. Now we're in an uptrend, right? We've shifted. This is lower highs and lower lows. We now have a low, a high, and a potential higher low. So now I'm just doing the inverse of what I just explained there, right? I'm waiting for this price leg to form, and then I am looking for a retracement into the leg to get long, because I still think we trade up to here. At least. Right? So that's the game plan. That's simple. I need to see where this next 12-hour price leg forms, and then I need to see a pullback. Does it come all the way back down here? Does it only come back into here? I don't know yet. But first thing I need to see is a sign that a temporary high is in, and then I'm looking to buy the dip. That's the game plan, right? So I'm waiting for this range to form, and then I will try and decide, where I want to bid, right? And hopefully we don't just go straight to 32, even though it feels like it. And I did last in Telegram and stuff, in Discord, been saying, this looks really fucking bullish high time frame. Feels like it's just gonna go vertical. And it's going to be one of those moves that you just need to get in, right? You need to find a way to get in as opposed to worrying so much about how you get in, right? So I want to see what happens over the next little bit here because I want to get into more leverage exposure, right? Even from here, a move to 32, right, is another 10+%. So by no means am I not interested in getting long. I still want to get long because I still think this has room to go to the upside. But yeah, I'm annoyed because the plan was laid out properly here. Just didn't get the execution that I wanted, but that's going to happen. So we are waiting. We have this key weekly high here. So if we sweep this at all, I think that could be a scalp short, but the trend is up, in my opinion. The daily trend has shifted bullish, the weekly trend would shift bullish on a close through here, right? Because right now on the weekly, we have lower highs and lower lows, right? So close through here, all of a sudden, now we've got a higher high on the weekly. Changes things, right? But any sort of sweep of this weekly level, I think would just be a scalp if you really wanted to short. I don't think that this does this by any means. I think if we get up here and we sweep it, I think it's just a pullback. And if you want to scalp this move, you can. But I'm more interested in finding out where does this pullback go to and then trying to get in longs, because I believe longs are the trend right now. I have a much higher price draw still at 32,000. So that's my focus. That's what I want to focus on. That's what I want to get involved in. But the short opportunity, right, is potentially there on some sort of fade at this high. But again, any sort of fade at this high is just a hope for a pullback to long lower. Okay, but yeah, it's crazy how fast things change, right? We go from terrible news, Gary Gensler, fuck him, to the biggest asset manager in the world, another huge asset manager launching spot ETFs, Citadel backing an exchange. Crazy. And an uptick, one of the most interesting things, right? This was shared by Hasaka, an uptick in buying from the burgers, from the Americans. Which is great. We're seeing increased buying on Coinbase, right, from Americans, which is a good sign, right? There's a spot bid. There's the presence of a spot bid, and that's what you want to see. But yeah, this has given me this kind of reminiscent strength, like this slow bleed down. Seems like it's fucking over, and then bang, it's just gonna rip. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, right? Someone just said seems orchestrated. It's kind of like, okay, the SEC is suing. It seems like it's fucking over. And then all of a sudden, the richest, companies in the world are like, oh yeah, no, we're getting in the crypto game. Almost as if they know something that we don't. So yeah, that's the plan on Bitcoin for now. I'd like to see a 12-hour high get put in. I don't know what's going to happen around this weekly high. If we SFP it or what. Maybe there's a scalp short, but I'm just waiting for this price leg to form, and then I'm looking to long the dip. That's it. That's all. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the chat here. What's up, Walt? Father's Day was good. That's just me getting liquidated. Don't worry about it. Oh, we're popping up again. Okay, we're taking out that weekly high right now. What a fucking face ripper. Like, only in crypto, man. Only in crypto. It's the best. Okay, so we've taken out that high. Something to watch for sure. Like, this needs to dip a little bit at some point or go sideways, right? Like, it either has to pull back or it has to go sideways, reaccumulate, and then it can leg up again, like here, right? And this was the issue. I wanted the pullback, I wanted to bid into here. It just went sideways, reaccumulated, went up again. And that'll happen. Okay. Mayne, I got wrecked yesterday shorting every resistance level I have above. Lost 4 trades back to back within a few hours. Please help. I don't know, bro. Maybe stop trading. Stop shorting in an uptrend. Right? Like, why is it resistance? Yes, it can be resistance, but we're in an uptrend on the daily chart, right? We made a higher low. We made a low and then a higher high. Now a higher low for sure is coming on the daily. So why are you shorting in an uptrend? Why are you shorting into strength? Why are you shorting this close to support? Those are the types of questions you need to be asking yourself. But yeah, if you're getting wrecked right now, scale it back. Stop trading for a bit. Take a break, right? Reduce risk. This move cannot be sustained, says Crypto Bag. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Charles Schwab, you will eat the bugs and you will give me your coins. Exactly. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash. How does Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash constantly remain in the conversation? Like, oh, TradFi is coming. The opening exchange. You can trade Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's like, okay, bet. It's like, and you can trade Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. It's like, fuck you. No one wants to trade Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash. I promise you. AI is owning you all. Okay, bro. Dude over here is afraid of Skynet. Come on now. Sorry. Bro, you motivated me to get ripped, but I think I tore a tendon in my shoulder. Jesus Christ, buddy. Here's the solution for that. You get a little bit of testosterone, okay? Liquid in a needle. Wherever hurts, fucking just boof that shit right in there. Bop. Inject it. It'll be right as rain almost immediately after. Probably be fine. But no, probably get that checked out, bro. Glad to hear you're hitting the gym, though. That's awesome. I'm not ripped right now. Trying to cut a little bit, like 202 right now, but my diet's just been not good. It's summer, so, I'm drinking beers, okay? I'm eating chips. I'm doing things. Maybe I just summer bulk. Maybe I just get back on the bulk train for the entire summer and just get absolutely gargantuan because my neck has gotten smaller. So I know I'm losing weight because my neck is shrinking a little bit. So maybe I gotta go back to bowling ball Mayne. Yo, bro, what with you having no positions and all, ever think about changing your name to set up Mayne, something that involves less trading and more setups? Is that a joke? Is John trying to be funny? I don't like that joke, John. Okay, John. You didn't even spell your own name right. It should be John. Anyone who spells it Jon is not a friend of mine, John. Weekly retested RSI 50 as well. There you go. Extra confluence. Textbook low tie for bomb with a sweep too. I know, bro. Tell me about it. CB, my hands are numb. Do less cocaine. Easy solution. Let's pump those likes up. We got 350 people watching. We got 50 likes. Absolutely disgraceful. I'm gigalong gold ETF. Sent gold from 200 to 1900. Okay. Winning the edge says I've just shorted. Good luck, sir. I didn't leverage up enough with this run up, but I bought spot 16, 19, 24.9. There you go, buddy. You're absolutely crushing it. What broker do you use to trade BTC? What kind of weird question is that? I mean, don't you think everyone will take profit at 32K, then Max Pain is up? Max Pain is almost always vertical, right? But no, I don't know. I don't know what's going to fucking happen, man. Like, will people take profit? Probably. But that's because if they bought down here, they caught a 20% move. Like, of course, people are going to take profit. And I don't think, and then all of a sudden it's just going to go straight up. I don't think that really matters. Look at that. It's like the boogeyman, dude. I say cocaine and Trader SZ shows up in the chat. Unbelievable. You say, if you go into your bathroom right now, because he's on stream right now, if you go into your bathroom and you say cocaine and horse 3 times in the mirror with the lights off, Trader SZ will appear in your house. He'll appear at your house with a pack of cigarettes and an 8-ball. Mayne, do you disrespect seed oils? I mean, I try to not eat seed oils, if that's what you mean, because people tell me they're bad and I'm easily swayed. Mayne just bought some Pepe spot on a higher low, watching the H12 order block for a high leverage trade still. I longed Pepe actually the other day based on the Shitcoin Summer video. So I have Pepe. I longed from here. I longed here on the retest of that 12-hour zone. Was underwater a bit, but back in the green here. So I'm long Pepe right now. Bro, because Bybit ain't available in Canada no more. Bro, there's ways around things, right? There's ways to trade on Bybit. Or, even better yet, because I forgot. You know where you should be trading there? What's your fucking name? AB? AB? You should be trading on Prime XBT. The sponsors of these streams. See the logo in the corner there. Okay? Prime XBT. Use my referral link in the description of this video. Type in code MAYNE50 before you deposit any money to get a 7% deposit bonus. Better yet, DM me directly. I'll send you a deposit bonus code that will give you a 20% deposit bonus. That's even more shekels that you can recklessly gamble on high leverage because you don't know what you're doing. Don't we all? Don't we all not? So yeah, Prime XBT, that's where you should be trading. It can be used in Canada. There's no KYC. I think it's like $25,000 or $20,000 a day withdrawals with no KYC. Yeah, you can trade gold, the S&P 500, crypto, all that, Forex pairs, all with crypto as collateral. They support me by sponsoring these videos, so that's where you should be trading, my friend. What an ad read. Oh my goodness. Shout out to the Prime XBT team. Thank you for the continued support. Back in the video here. Okay, so let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum's like a laggard here, right? I mean, if you look at Ethereum BTC, this thing is just getting absolutely demolished. Like this looks like it's going to, the center of the earth. It looks extremely heavy. Looks weak. So probably going to bounce soon. But this has been going down versus Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin-led rally. I've said this in Discord and in other videos, right? Right now, the narrative is behind Bitcoin with the spot ETFs, with BlackRock and that fucking wish upon a tree or whatever, wishing well tree. Okay? Wisdom tree. I don't know. Doesn't matter. The narrative is behind Bitcoin and the charts are behind Bitcoin. Most altcoins are bleeding into BTC. Ethereum is bleeding into BTC. It does not mean alts can't go up. It doesn't mean some alts won't go up more than Bitcoin, but on the whole, right? On average, Bitcoin seems to be outperforming most things, and it's definitely outperforming Ethereum on this rally. Bitcoin dominance is going up. So it seems like a Bitcoin-led rally, and that's not a bad thing. That just means if you're trying along altcoins, prepare to potentially underperform Bitcoin itself, like many altcoins did just on this pump today. Okay? So Ethereum is weaker than Bitcoin. So they can both go up, but based on how FBTC looks right now, Bitcoin will go up more, right? And if everything goes down, it seems like ETH will go down more, right? So, and that seems to be the case for most altcoins as well. If Bitcoin has a decent pullback, let's say it pulls back $1,000, a lot of these altcoins probably pull back much harder in terms of percentage. But Ethereum, the setup is similar, right? We came into the weekly order block. We had a weekly bullish SFP in the order block. Here is your 12-hour breaker. We've just closed through. Okay, we've just closed through. And we now have fresh 12-hour range that we're waiting to form. So Bitcoin, right? The Bitcoin chart already has another candle like this. So Ethereum is lagging. So do you long Ethereum for a catch-up play? Well, that would be only beneficial if you assume that Ethereum BTC is going to catch a bid. But in terms of, bidding Ethereum, oops, I don't know what the fuck that was. You can play the 12-hour swing. Something like this, for sure. right? Bitcoin gets the pullback. Ethereum pulls back as well. Play the 12-hour swing. So I pull back into here. And then another leg up. But I don't know. I feel like the focus should be on Bitcoin. I feel like Bitcoin's going to be the higher beta play. But you can potentially bid Ethereum, right? Like the setup would be pretty clear. At some point, the H12 here is going to put in a high, right? We're looking then to buy a retracement into this H12 range. Stop below that weekly SFP low, right? And that would be the kind of setup I'd be looking for. Or you wait for price to come down here, and then rather than entering and just having your stop here, use the lower time frame to try and find a tighter entry and use that to have a tighter risk reward. Okay. So this is effectively the plan that I had on Bitcoin. I had the swing long plan, right? Come back here, give me the entry. And then I also planned on using the low time frame to try and get in a low time frame trade here. Just never happened. Never got that deep of a pullback. So that's obviously annoying, but it is what it is, right? These things happen. I think I drew it out. Yeah, like this. God, I just give you guys all the fucking juice. Right? So bids for the swing, stop there. And then in the same time, when we're in there, you look for your low time frame zone. Then you have a shorter term trade, right? And then your swing trade is the higher time frame trade. So the short term trade, right, would form on the low time frame in here. Right? This would be like on the H1. And then the swing trade is just entering on the H12, stop below the H12, target the H12. And that's why it would have worked so beautifully on Bitcoin. It would have been so sick if it played out, because you would have had your swing trade get filled here, found a low time frame trade in here, and the low time frame trade you target here and here. So you're already cashing out. And then the swing trade you're targeting up there. But oh well. Same setup basically could play out here on Ethereum. So keep an eye on Ethereum, I would say, for pullbacks towards 1740, 1750. And then potentially get into longs, stop below there, or use the low time frame to get something tighter, right? Because look, you have the consolidation, low, move up, consolidation, move up. Consolidation, low, move up, consolidation, large move up. So it's like we're lagging, right? Hence this chart. So if you think that this chart is going to bounce, if you think that Ethereum can catch up, this might make sense. But me personally, I much prefer Bitcoin right now. And I think that's the driver of this rally for now. And that's where I would be putting my focus. Okay. I mean, the narrative that equities are up too much, apparently it doesn't matter. I mean, it's like Bitcoin caught up to the equities rally like in the last 2 days, where everyone's like, oh, me included. I'm like, why is Bitcoin not going up and equities are going up? Well, now Bitcoin is going up and equities are coming into resistance. So we do have to be aware of that, right? Could finally be showing signs of slowing down, but Bitcoin looks good, right? I'm buying the dip. Simple as that. Dollar, my bias is for a move up into here. And I was hoping this was going to be the move up into here, and that would give me that Bitcoin pullback that I wanted. But to me, the dollar is bearish, right? From a high time frame view, right? We had our range here, ran the low, ran the high. This looks like a lower high. So on the low time frame, I'm just looking to play this as a continuation down. And that's going to be very bullish for risk, obviously, right? If this rolls over, that's good for Bitcoin. Okay. So gold, I'm looking to get long, right? I want to see dollar put in a lower high, and then I want to see gold rally. So I'm watching gold. We have this weekly SFP. We have our 12-hour breaker, market structure break. I haven't got a trigger here yet, but I'm watching gold and I'm looking for a setup, right? So I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe dollar goes up a little more. We run this low, right? And I get a setup. Maybe we run this low. I don't know. but I'm looking for a bullish setup to form here, confluent with dollar putting in a lower high. Right? If dollar just keeps rallying, this is going to dump more, right? But I like the potential for bullishness here on gold. No entry for me yet. I'll let you guys know if I get in anything, but I want to find an entry in here, and then I want dollar to be putting in that lower high, right? And continue down. Nat gas trade TP'd like a legend, Pico top. That was my original TP right there. I still have a large portion of this position on because I'm quite bullish on this chart. If you delete all this shit, right, and you just look at it from a monthly perspective, we've got a huge move up, massive retrace into, right, monthly demand. We traded below that low. Now we're back above. Go to the weekly, and it looks like the trend is just starting to shift bullish here. Higher highs, higher lows, right? And I got long on this higher low here. So assuming my idea is right, this low should not get invalidated, and this thing can really run. I wouldn't be surprised if this traded up towards, $4.50 to $5 up into here, at least up into here. So I still have 50% of my original trade on. I can't lose money at this point, right? I've taken enough off, and I'll adjust my stop if necessary, but I don't think I'm wrong. I think this is going to trade much higher in the coming weeks because I think the high time frame setup is really good, and I was able to enter on a low time frame relatively, right? I entered on the 12-hour, which is not super low time frame, but it's low relative to the weekly and monthly, which is where I was doing my analysis, right? We made a new high, ran above a low. This became a breaker. Bang. Longed it. I literally longed it right here. And where did I trade this? I traded this on Prime XBT. So you can trade this on Prime XBT. But yeah, that trade going well. I'm in this Pepe trade. We'll see how that goes. We had this monthly demand, right? Or weekly demand. Daily? There it is. Daily demand. Swept the low, right? We swept the low. 12-hour breaker right here. Move above, retesting. I entered at the top of the breaker, so I entered early. Right? Once we had this shift on the H4 bullish, I entered. Came into the zone. Here's our fresh order block that made a new high above here. Swept this low, market structure break. So I feel pretty comfy. I think this will go to target. But the main concern for a trade like this is if Bitcoin's going to pull back 2 or 3%, does this completely nuke? But this ended the day with like a 10% move to the upside. So I'm feeling pretty comfy in this. Solana, I'd given this level out in Telegram. I said this is a super key level for Solana. It's the monthly order block there. And as you can see, we came down, traded through it, never closed below, and started consolidating. And now it looks like we're pushing up here, right? So we have our 12-hour down leg. So to me, Solana, I think, trades up to here at least. And then we wait and see. ARB, I don't know what the fuck this drawing is. But let's just draw this out here. Okay, so we've shifted bullish for sure. Right, we've shifted bullish for sure. Does this come and give us some sort of pullback entry? I don't know, but this is an area I'd be interested in longing potentially if it pulls back. But again, right, I'm more interested in just purely trading Bitcoin. I think alts are going to underperform. Some alts will go up. Doesn't mean they can't. XRP, I don't know. I was waiting to short this thing based on this like kind of 6-hour breaker. But never came up here. And now with how strong everything else is looking, I don't know if I would short this. because my bias is bullish right now. I kind of want to favor longs, but this is an area where I'll be watching because it could reject here. We had a weekly SFP, 12-hour breaker. So I don't know. That's what I was watching to potentially short, but the whole market is pretty strong right now, so I might not want to short anything. RNDR playing out beautifully. So if you watch the shitcoin summer stream from Wednesday, this is one of the setups we mapped out, right? We had the weekly range, weekly order block. We had our 12-hour breaker, market structure break, came and it retested. It even gave you like a picture perfect H1 trigger right here. And it looks like it's about to push to new highs. So this is one of the alts that is outperforming Bitcoin, but there's more alts that Bitcoin is outperforming right now, as opposed to the other way around. Like if you go through here, let's see, what's Bitcoin up today? Bitcoin's up barely anything. Bad example. Bad example. What the fuck am I doing here? But I mean, the new candle just started, right? But not much is outperforming Bitcoin on the altcoin side. You see a few, and then you see ones that Bitcoin's obviously outperforming. Anything in red, Bitcoin's outperforming. Anything under 1% is kind of performing the same as Bitcoin. But in yesterday's candle, most alts underperformed Bitcoin. But yeah, this was from the shitcoin summer stream. Chef's kiss. This looks amazing. I know some of you guys took this trade because you tagged me in Discord. This would be the first target I would see on the H12 is into these highs there. And then you can aim for the range highs. Yeah, that one looks good. BNB came very awfully close to that level where there was the big on-chain liquidation, and maybe the plunge protection team, CZ, came in and just fucking defended this thing. I don't know. But again, looking like a temporary bottom. So a lot of alts, right, could go up. They start to look okay, but I still think Bitcoin, at least for another leg, is the leader of this rally. And that's a good thing, right? Because if Bitcoin has another leg higher and leads this rally, well, guess what? When Bitcoin has another leg and then it starts to consolidate, a lot of that money then flows into alts, and you get a lot of big moves up on alts. But from a high time frame perspective, to me, and I've talked about this before, right? I'm like, hey, I want to see, the reason I was watching this breaker is I'm like, I want to see if we put in a higher low on the weekly. And if we do, right, then this weekly uptrend is still intact. And that means we can go way higher than just 32K potentially. So just looking at the weekly alone, there's no reason, in my opinion, to be high time frame bearish until as long as we're above this low. Right? So I think what you look at here is you say, okay, we got here and here. As long as we're above this low, I think we trade to this high. Once we trade above this high, then we have to reconsider, because then is it a fake out of this high or is it a strong breakthrough? Because if it's some sort of sweep, well, then maybe we're in for a pullback. Maybe that's the end of this rally, right? But if we come up to this high and we just close through it in a strong candle, well, then guess what? I'm now looking for another higher low on the weekly. But as long as we're above here, no reason to be high time frame bearish on Bitcoin right now, especially with all the narrative going on. Obviously, that can change, but I'm pretty sure that we take out 32K before we go below 24K again. Could be wrong, obviously. But that's what trading is. You're making a bet, right? I think this will happen before that happens, and then you make a bet. That's all it is. Okay, that's kind of everything I wanted to cover here, guys. Let's go to the chat real quick. What does FSP? It's SFP, swing failure pattern. I have accounts on a variety of different exchanges, Marcus. I trade on a ton of different exchanges, including some decentralized exchanges. Like ApeX is pretty good. Bing is pretty good. Prime is pretty good. There's ways to trade on Bybit and Binance, obviously. BitGet is pretty good. So I have my money spread pretty wide. I trade on Rollbit for fun. And the reason being is I got fucking destroyed by FTX. I lost a lot of money there. So I'm not trusting just one exchange with all of my capital. I have most of my money offline, and then I have my money that I'm trading with kind of spread across several different exchanges. Hey, NetGod, had a question about a breaker block. If it is created, then fails, then trades above or below again, would that trade like a bearish order block still? Not in my opinion. I don't know what the ICT rule is on that, to be honest with you. But if you have a breaker, right? Because a breaker is a failed order block, right? This is we're in a downtrend, right? This is a bearish order block. But if it fails, then it becomes a bullish breaker. What you're saying is if it then gets back below here, is it now resistance again? Maybe, but there's going to be new price action in here that is more interesting than this old level, which is clearly kind of a shitty level. Because if we didn't reject from it, we broke through, and then we didn't bounce from it, we broke back down below, maybe that level just sucks, right? And you need to find a better one. What do you think a breaker is? It's a type of OB. It's all the same shit. If you're an ICT guy, there's a bazillion types of fucking order blocks. They're all the same thing, right? It's demand. If it's above price, supply. Below price, it's demand. This guy says BTC will drop 21.6, then go to 45K. He's first time in his chat. He goes, "Hi guys, BTC will drop from 21 to 21.6 and then go to 45K. Well, now we know. Thank you, Peltar, for sharing. Link Marine says BTC will go to 10K first. Still didn't buy yet. I just typed in Link Marines. Oh my God. Funny how the brain works. Where's that one that I had drawn out? Where are you? Oh, baby. I'm just going to leave this up for you to look at because it's funny. Mayne, can you check out the BTC dominance chart? Sure. Looking super fucking bullish, isn't it? This is my whole thesis for not really wanting to focus on alts as much as there may be alt setups, right? Like BTC still seems to be the driver of the move. What did I just say? Mayne, do you think we're retesting low 20s eventually? I have no fucking clue, right? But my thoughts were, this is support, and I want to see it hold, and it looks like it's holding. So I'm not going to worry myself with, are we coming back down here? I'm more interested in being long, focusing higher until this low is invalidated. I think it's pointless to just assume, hey, are we going to come back to low 20s again? What value does that do for you, right? Play with the current trend. We just had a daily breakout. By like all ways that you do TA. So if you trade like me, okay, we have a market structure break on the daily, right? If you're a trend line trader, do we not have like a daily downtrend breakout here? Like all the signs are pointing to price going higher. So I wouldn't worry too much about, are we going to low 20s? Who fucking knows? If price starts to look bearish, then by all means, look for reasons to short. But for now, rather than worrying about whether or not we're going to go down here, I'm more interested in seeing if this uptrend continues. Because if it does, then to me, the risk reward is still favored to the upside. But again, it's like one of those things where it's like, I wanted price to go here. If I want price to go here and I think it's going to go here, but then it does this, do I just leave my bids here and not worry about missing this? Or do I say, okay, maybe that was wrong. Let me try and get in for the next leg. You know what I mean? All good, brother. What's up? Any charts on XRP? I covered XRP already. I still think it trades up to here, and then we see if it shows any weakness. So this was a weekly SFP. So I want to see if it gets up to here, if we see any weakness. Because if we do see weakness, this is an area where I would like to short based on the chart. Wicked Coders, do you happen to use funded engineers by chance? If so, would you recommend it? I do not use funded engineers. I have not used them before. Mayne, as long as we stay above 25K, we can consider MSB on the daily. How low do we think the pullback goes? I mean, I don't know, right? I have no idea. But I need to see the H12 candle kind of range form, right? So right now I'm looking at a range like this. So I don't know, maybe we pull back to low to mid 27s based on how it looks right now. Maybe the pullback is extremely shallow and it only comes to here. But I would like to long lower, right? I would like to long, 26,800 to 27,200. I'd love to get in there. I don't know if it will come back that deep, but that's where I'll be watching. What's my favorite food? Tacos. Love me some tacos. So you feel old? Do you feel old alts will hit new all-time highs? You should go watch my Shitcoin Sunday stream from last Wednesday because I go on a big rant about this. I feel like most old altcoins will not see new all-time highs. Maybe they will, but most old altcoins will underperform the new altcoins. That's usually how it goes. Most altcoins from 2017 underperformed Ethereum in the 2020 rally, right? Most altcoins in 2017 underperformed Solana, right? New shit in the 2020 rally. Frank Mortimer. Bro, love the honesty now. I'm not quite so mad at myself for being too greedy, cautious, and flexible for missing this pump. Wait for a better entry. Yeah, man, that's going to happen. Right? Like, you're going to miss trades. The more I've gotten into sharing how I trade and what I do with people, the most common questions I get outside of questions around how to draw ranges or order blocks and shit are, what happens if it doesn't come to my entry or to my exit or whatever, right? And then, hey, the setup, you said you want to see it do this, it did this, and it didn't work. Those are the two most common things. And the answer to both of those is that is trading. Sometimes you're going to lay out a plan and you are not going to get filled, right? If you're too technical, right? I'm a very technical trader. It causes me to miss trades that some guys who are just apes and say, okay, we're going up, I'm long, right? They're going to get it. But in my opinion, I probably have better risk management with them. I'm not saying they don't use risk management, but in downtrends and when I'm wrong, I'm cutting my trades quicker. I'm keeping more money on the way down. But when it comes to just up only trends, right, there's going to be people who just hit the green button when they feel like the time is right. And they're going to outperform me, who was sitting here with a very carefully, laid out plan and area to bid. So it's going to happen. You're going to miss trades. The second one is, everything can happen that you want to see happen. You can say, okay, well, I have my order block. Right? Here, I'll draw. Okay, I have my order block here. You zoom in, the low time frame, you get a trade signal, you take it. You're like, all right, all the boxes are ticked. The RR is good. I'm with the trend. I'm at support. My buy trigger is there. I know where my stop is. I know where my target is. And then it does this. And then you go, and then they message me and they go, hey, you said if it does this, this, and this, you're going to take the trade. Well, it did this, this, and this, and the trade didn't work. And it's like, yeah. Yeah. That's how trading is, right? Like you can have a setup, tick all of your boxes to take the trade, and it can still not work, right? If it worked every time all of your boxes were ticked, you would be able to make infinite amounts of money, right? Your edge is not to be right 100% of the time. Your edge is to be able to be right 40, 45, 50% of the time, but have asymmetric risk reward, which allows you to make money even though you're not necessarily winning more than you're losing, because your winners are bigger than your losers, right? It's just an educated guess with risk management, and your edge is trying to get you, using TA and things like that to try and stack the deck in your favor. But at the end of the day, you can do everything right and the trade can just be wrong, right? It can just not work. And so that's something that I think a lot of newer people have trouble coming to grips with. They don't understand it, right? Oh, I did everything I was supposed to and I got stopped out. It's like, fucking A, right? And guess what? Maybe I did too, right? So we have that in common. There you go. Fist bump. Thoughts on Andrew Tate? Completely off topic. Listen, I've listened to Andrew Tate's long form content. I think a lot of what he has to say is fine, right? Like work hard, be a good person, have skills, right? Take care of your body, take care of your family, right? Be a man. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I do think that men today in the soy boy era that we fucking exist in need more of that strong masculine energy and presence. Maybe the way he delivers it for some people, much like the way Trump delivers some things. Some people hate Trump because they hate Trump. But I'm like, but if someone you liked gave you the same message, would you feel differently? So do you disagree with the message or just with the person? And I think Andrew Tate has that same issue, is a lot of people don't like him, right? As a person. And yeah, he said some wild shit about women and about all sorts of stuff. And I'm an adult. I think that I can tell when he says certain things and they take things out of context. Sounds insane. I'm like, yeah, but if you listen to it on the whole, you know that he's joking, right? He's being funny. He's exaggerating things, right? When he talks about, oh, what if a chick came up to me with a machete? I'd smack the machete one hand, slap her in the face, and then pick her up by like, he's not being serious. Oh, if your boy's dying, you can't give him CPR because CPR is gay. Like, he's not obviously serious, right? But I think the problem is his message grew so big and so fast, his presence, that a lot of kids started watching this shit and they can't tell the difference between what is hyperbole and what is funny and joking and what is serious. But I think on the whole, a lot of his message is fine. That being said, the biggest caveat, and again, I think if some people don't like him, right, that's separate than what his message is. I do think it's pretty obvious to anyone looking that there are powers that are trying to silence this man, right? Like there are people out there who are trying to make this man not be able to say what he wants to say because it goes against the narrative. Holy shit, man. We're about to hit 29. This is crazy. Here we fucking go. But anyways, I don't mind him. That being said, the biggest caveat to everything I just said, if he is found guilty for like human trafficking or rape or whatever the charges are, like if there's evidence and he was guilty, well, then that's a shitty human, right? All right, BTC pumping. Look at render. Here we go. So any sort of failure here back below this high, I think is a scalp short. But otherwise, I don't know. I'm just waiting. I just got to sit on my hands. But yeah, BlackRock ETF, Pico fucking bottom. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So yeah, like let's see how this next 4-hour candle closes. And it closes in 3 hours. Like if it SFPs here, absolutely there's a scalp to trade on the way back down. Mayne, are you comfortable with leaving limit bids without fear of price backing flu? Of course. Like if you aren't comfortable with your bids potentially getting stopped out, you're risking too much. It's that simple, right? Like you're risking too much. Because if you're like, hey, I got bids here and a stop here, and you're like, well, I'm scared that I'm going to get stopped out, then you're risking too much, right? Before you put those bids, forget about what you might make. Focus on what could you lose if this trade goes wrong. That way you know the worst case scenario. At worst case scenario, I lose X. Okay? And if you're comfortable with that number, then there should be no fear, theoretically, right? Obviously, there's always going to be some emotion in trading. But for the most part, yeah, don't need to worry. You shouldn't need to worry. If you are worried about your bids getting hit and then blasted through and stopped out, you're risking too much money. What's up? What's up? Top G. This guy says if I support him, you're going to get canceled. I don't give a shit, man. Mayne, can you look at LDO? Looks like it's breaking out of a range. I mean, look, I drew this. No, that's from... Never mind. I thought I was about to try and claim some clout that was not mine. LDO. El Diablo. Finally hit level 50. So I'm finally starting like the end game loop grind. I'm on world tier 3 right now. Shit's starting to get spicy. It's starting to get picante. Yeah, I mean, this looks like it could go for sure. Like 12-hour market structure broke there. So you've got your new low. But yeah, this looks like it could trade up to here, assuming the market continues to go up. Right? Inge sending. I think I drew Inge over here. And if it's sending, I don't think my idea is correct. Yeah, there you go. No breakdown. It broke up instead. So what you have here, right, I believe is a weekly SFP. Yeah, look, weekly SFP. 12-hour breaker. Market structure break, retest, fucking ripping. Yeah, man. A lot of stuff looks good right now. Render. This is from the Shitcoin Sunday stream. Look at the drawing. Look at the drawing and then look how it's actually playing out. Absolute precision. Absolute precision of the squiggle. That's a highly accurate squiggly line. This traded a little lower. This one definitely worked. This was from 2 streams ago. This looks like it worked out as well. Starting to trade into these first targets here. Gala. A lot of these triggers that I laid out are playing out here, guys. So if you go watch that Shitcoin Sunday stream, I gave you a lot of breakout levels on a lot of these altcoins. And a good number of them are starting to play out here. Not all of them, but Pepe's looking good. Inge, I was on the wrong side of. I didn't take any trades here except for Pepe. Render playing out. Link even looking slightly bullish. This one definitely played out. No. Yes. 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 Yep. Starting to here. Yeah, I don't know, man. Some pretty good charts there. Definitely one to go watch. Solana. Oh, I have it right here. Yeah, I already looked at this. Right, I gave you the key monthly level. Said I think it can trade up into here. Saw ARB SFP Monday's low. Some SFPs on other charts at the same time. So I bought a bunch of different tokens on my watch list minutes before everything started to rip. You're underrated, Mayne. I am fucking underrated. I got 300,000 followers. I'm still underrated. The problem is I have so many different things on the go with businesses, with trading, with streaming, etc. I only watch like primarily Bitcoin and Ethereum for my own personal trading. But I go over all these altcoins for so many of you guys, and so many of the plans end up working out. And you'll message me and hit me in the Winch channel, dude, thanks for this, thanks for that. And I'm like, God damn, I should literally stop all the shit that I do and just fucking focus on my own goddamn charts. And I'd probably catch more trades. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate the note, Frenzy. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, BTC ripping again, bro. 29K. Literally annihilating this fucking down move. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks of down. And we're going to eliminate it in probably 2 weeks of up. Only in crypto. Like this, like I just said at the start of this video, I was like, I'm getting vibes like this. Getting vibes like this, man. Super duper strong. But yeah, I don't know. No short here, right? The only short I could see is if we somehow trade back below this high. Then you have a scalp short. That's all I see on the short side. Otherwise, I don't know where this pump slows down, but any sort of dip I'm looking to get long on. How do you get in your Discord? Instructions are on my website, www.tradermayne.com. Insane, man. All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to fucking see here? I might end it. I got to go to the gym still today. Still got to hit the gym. PA for May 12 looks like June, July 2021. STX, okay. Stacks, is this it? Oh yeah, someone asked me about this in Discord today. Yeah, like this like looks good, right? Any sort of pullback into here, I think, is a long. I don't know if we get it, right? That's a pretty hefty pullback. But any sort of pullback into there, I think, is likely a long. Could be coming into resistance, you could argue. But to me, this looks like your last down leg. And we've now flipped that area. So I'd be bullish on this chart based on the weekly. The 12-hour, there's not a ton to work with yet, right? Like, this is just a huge green candle. So again, you can take your low. You can take your high. Right? Realistically, where does this pull back to? I don't know, but I would be looking to bid a pullback into this move. I know, dude. I was thinking of skipping the gym too. It's already 6:15 here, so the gym's going to be super busy with all the after work crowd. I'm just tired now. I've been at my computer all day, and the last thing I want to do is go exercise. But guess what? Who's going to carry the boats? Joe Rogan. Who's going to carry the logs? Joe Rogan. I'm going to carry the fucking boats. I'm going to carry the logs. Funny how almost all traders, miss that bottom. I mean, define missed. Like, I bought spot. Are you saying I missed the bottom? I have spot buys from fucking 19,000. Did I miss the bottom? I bought spot down here. Did I miss the bottom? Right? Like, the bottom is relative. It's a low, and now we're trading higher. Let's see here. Go to the gym, build my neck. I know. Can't let the neck wither away. All right, guys. I think I'm going to probably end the video here. This was a good one. So it is Tuesday, so that means tomorrow or Thursday. Probably Thursday, let's be honest, because I'm not going to stream again tomorrow. So Thursday, we'll have our Shitcoin Summer episode 3. So if you go look at the last episode and then look at the coins here, a lot of the trades that we lined up, right, in that last video, a lot of them had potential triggers if you were watching them, if you were following along. Like, what I would do when I used to just watch other YouTubers who I liked, and even now, I don't do it as much anymore, but if I was watching a YouTuber I liked, I would have a separate chart where I would mark out their TA, and then I would put alerts on, right? So if I want to long render, I would at least make sure on one of my charts, I set some alerts here and say, oh yeah, I like Trader Mayne's video. I'm going to go see if that plays out, right? Obviously, you got to make the decision at the end of the day. But I'm not going to update you guys that, all of these trades happened, on Twitter or Discord or something. Like, go watch the video. And if you want to enter any of these setups because they look good to you, quite a few of them, gave you a trigger. Some of them did really well. But yeah, guys, as usual, love you guys so much. Next stream will be Thursday, Shitcoin Summers, episode 3. Thanks to the sponsors, Prime XBT. If you want to support me, use the link in the description, sign up, deposit some money on there, use code Mayne50. That's all I got, guys. I'm tired. I'm going to go work out. What is it today? Upper body day. We're going to bench today. What am I going to bench today? How much? How much do you think I'm going to bench today? I'll probably stay light. I'll probably come in around 205 today. Just light. Okay, I'm going to go 205, right? But we're going to do 4 to 5 sets of 8 reps. That's solid for 205. Okay, that's solid. Bench is not one of my strong lifts anyways. And then we do rows, we do bench, we do chest, and we do back. That's the split today. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to support me, guys, best way to do it, engage with my goddamn content. I'm not asking for money. If you want to send me money, there's lots of ways to do that. Tip jars, using my referral links, joining the Haven. If you want to support me that way, by all means, I appreciate it. But I put out a ton of shit for free for you guys. And the best way to support that type of content is to interact with it. Like the videos, leave comments, interact with my tweets, like the tweets, retweets, leave comments under the tweets, join my Telegram, join my Discord, like all my shit, follow my Instagram. That's going to be the best way to support me, is just interact and engage with my shit. Okay? Not asking you guys for money, Just fucking give me the likes. Give me that dopamine. Give me that sweet, sweet dopamine.